Good morning, class. We're going to continue talking about the Pacific War today. Everybody get out your notebooks. You have 1 minute to write down the bell ringer and answer the question. Alright, now that everybody's got this written down, what are some of your all's ideas? Do we lose 7 friends right now? Or do we lose 7 friends slowly throughout high school? I'm sure most of you all said 7 friends now. A few might have said the other. But just from this question, we can kind of relate to it because it's the same problem that Mr. Truman, President Truman, had with the dropping of the atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We did that, this is an example, because if you kill, he had to either drop the bomb. If he drops the bomb, that is automatically 7 dead, or it'd be in millions. Or he could wing out the war, keep it moving, and slowly kill what people argue is the same amount. So this is just my way of kind of relating it to you all and describing it in a way that you can understand. So as you can see, Truman actually had a very, very hard time with this, and it would be a hard decision to make. Alright, now that I passed out the graphic organizers, I want everybody to see how it's an umbrella organizer, right? So we have this right here. It's an umbrella. I want you, there's some boxes over here, some boxes over here. Everybody got that? Alright. On that, I want you to put atom bomb hits Hiroshima. I want you to put atom bomb hits Hiroshima. This is Truman's decision. Alright? Truman's decision was to have this atom bomb dropped. Alright? So that's what we're going to be looking at. And it's from the U.S. perspective. So we're not thinking of it as like Japanese perspective. Because if you talk about Japanese, they didn't want the atom bomb dropped at all. Right? They thought the Americans were monsters and they had a fight to the death. So make sure it's an American perspective. So U.S. perspective. Just like I put up there, U.S. perspective. You can put it below it, under it, or above it. It doesn't really matter as long as it's on there so you kind of understand what we're talking about. And the reason I'm having you do this is because we're going to show 2 videos, 2 about 7 to 10 minute clips. One of them is going to show you pictures of the bomb and kind of the consequences of dropping it. And then the other one is going to show examples of how many people were dying from us taking each island at a time. We were taking an island and losing maybe 10, 15,000 people. And then again, if you lose, you're going to add up to almost the same amount of people dead from the Japanese perspective, but at the same time saving Americans' lives. That is the argument that we're kind of discussing. So I'm going to show, we're going to have positives over here. So positives of dropping the bomb, which I understand it's not a positive aspect, dropping a bomb. It's never a good thing, but there were still positives in it for the United States, even if we don't want to think of it as positive. They actually ended up being that way. And then negatives, which this one should come a little bit easier. And with the graphic pictures and stuff I'm going to show you on our little 10-minute video, it should really, really help you understand what was happening with that bomb being dropped and the destruction that it made. Alright? It's very, very, very graphic. At certain times, it's not too bad. It's just you really have to understand us dropping the bomb and how bad it was. But at the same time, I want you to know some of the positives of, yes, we did drop the bomb. It did have lasting effects, but at the same time, it saved Americans' lives if you actually look at like the numbers and what people argue. But then the negative effects, what happened? The positive, you could also say a positive effect, just throwing it out there, it's not in the videos, but you say a positive effect is whenever, after the war, we really, really helped out the Japanese and everything and actually grew together and brought them back up to relevance in the world. But U.S. perspective, atom bomb hits Hiroshima. We have our umbrella graphic organizer. We have our positives on one side and our negatives on the other. Don't worry about these boxes. You all can just use those, write some lines in them. And that way I want you just little